Awesome. Here we are again, Metal Summoners. Thank you, as always, for keeping up with us as we come at you really hard, really fast at Rockin' Pod. We are super, super duper excited. This is a big one for us, an incredible honor that we were picked and given a slot on his schedule. Brand new Metal Hall of Famer, Twisted Sister Eddie Ojeda. How are you, sir? And thank you.
I'm doing very good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It is 100% our pleasure. We are really, really super excited. First and foremost, how are you feeling and how has Rockin' Pod been treating you?
Great. People here are unbelievable. I really appreciate us being here and the music and just pretty heartwarming stuff. Very nice. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And talk recently about the recent induction and getting that news of your involvement and them wanting to honor you, your catalog, and the history of the band. That had to have felt great.
Yeah, it was definitely. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because I ended up getting COVID the day I was supposed to fly out.
Oh, wow.
So my guitar tech, Keith Roberts, filled in for me. Because he's seen me play so many times, and they only did "I Want to Rock," "We're Not Going to Take It," and "Can't Stop Rock and Roll." So they kept it simple.
Did he play your guitars?
No, he played one of his own guitars. Yeah. I'm not going to be that nice.
Right. It's like, hey man, well I'll let you rock my side of the stage, but you don't get the girlfriends.
No, you don't get the bullseye.
You don't get the bullseye. But how was it getting the news of your induction?
It was like anything like that. It's great to hear, when people appreciate what you do. It's the best feeling ever.
Absolutely, 100%. Please, Angel.
I mean, you guys' career again has been just amazing, even with the videos that had the actor from Animal House. How did that happen?
Mark Metcalf.
Yeah.
Well, we were fans of the movie, and Marty Callender, he used to be an HBO guy, did a lot of HBO series. Like, he worked with a lot of comedians. So We're Not Going to Take a Video, which was his first directorial debut. So he was able to get to a lot of people. And then they came up with this whole idea with Mark Metcalf from Animal House, Niedermeyer, And she used his first name because for certain reasons you can't use Niedermeyer because that's a character in the movie. But people got it, and it was kind of like a Bugs Bunny thing. If you think about it, it's like one of those type of slapstick kind of fell out the window kind of thing, bounced off the ground.
Yeah.
It was a pretty funny video. So.
Kind of like a Bugs Bunny cartoon or like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
That's what definitely inspired. It was inspired by that.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, where you playing something, I forgot what it was, like Detonator. That's the ended up.
Oh yeah, the Detonator.
Yeah. That's what I thought, the Bugs Bunny thing.
Yeah, definitely. And it was I Want to Rock, where he got shot into the basketball court.
Yep.
Yeah, he really got hurt doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really put him on a catapult. And they flung him across the room. There was no special effects then, computer graphics, CG and stuff like that. So, they really threw him in the air and he fell right through that group for real.
Wow, that's crazy.
He was unconscious for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, so they got him really good on that one.
Yeah, he said it rang his bell.
Yeah.
He was a big stunt guy. So it was a lot of fun, because we had a lot of, it's a big thing. First time we did a production like that, and we did it all in Los Angeles. So it was a blast.
Absolutely, man. When it comes to bands nowadays, it's obviously it's a different style. There's social medias and stuff that didn't exist back then. But what I wanted to touch base on you is you guys really became the blueprint for like the DIY club churning, just playing and just fighting to get this career that then with the birth of MTV, helped get that visual of your stage show and the look out there. what do you remember about those, just the club days and really having to fight and claw?
Well, it was tough. It definitely was tough, especially it took a while to get a record deal. And we finally got signed in England, and that's Atlantic Records signed us in England. Phil Carson he was the president of Atlantic Records in England. So the company in America was kind of pissed off about it because they had turned us down. And we signed the first album we did, Under the Blade, was with a company called Secret Records. And it was a good name for the company because it was a big secret. But yeah, we did that album with them, and then they went belly up. And then we had to find another label. So we did this big TV show called The Tube in English. And that show was like 20 million people would see that show. It was one of those variety shows. And they always had a live band.
Right.
So Motorhead, and some of the guys from Motorhead came on stage and jammed with us. And Phil Carson happened to be there with Mick Jones from Foreigner. And they stayed to watch the show. And Phil Carson said, I want to sign these guys. So the next day we got signed to Atlantic Records. And then there was another struggle because when we went back to the States, they loved us in England, but in America, it wasn't the same kind of vibe. So after we did this Can't Stop Rock and Roll album, even without getting much of a push from them, we ended up getting a gold record. We sold a lot of records without them doing anything. So that's when they got behind us for Stay Hungry. And that's the album that broke us.
Absolutely. For sure. Angel?
Do you have any plans this year with either playing or?
Not right now because I'm just doing studio stuff now. I just did a Leslie West tribute album where a lot of different people played on it. George Lynch, Zach Wild, Robbie Krieger from The Doors. Everybody that liked Leslie West, it was very influential guitar player.
Yeah.
So, me and Dee did Theme from Imaginary Western, very song written by Jack Bruce. It was a big song for Mountain, the band Mountain. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lyric video. It's Leslie West tribute album, and there's a good video of the song on it. And we did a really good job. I did the solo exactly like Leslie, like note for note, just to honor the way he played on it. It's one of his most well-known guitar solos, so you can't mess with that. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it exactly what he did. Otherwise, you can't just jam out on a song like that. So, that's the most recent thing that came out last year.
Nice.
Yeah, and I do some guest things here and there, different albums. Did something with Dave from Megadeth. We did a Twisted song together on an album called No Cover. And it's basically all cover songs. So, stuff like that. I'm just, whatever comes my way, I just check it out. And if I can do it, I do it. Absolutely. In my home studio, just jam it out. So, now you can just do stuff at home. I got Pro Tools at home. I can just put down a solo or something, send it out, and they have it.
Absolutely, for sure. And let's talk a little bit about a couple of fun things. Let's talk a little bit about this record, of course, but real quick, talk a little bit about the Bullseye, we talked about, and also your stage gear when it came to your attire from back in the day.
Yeah.
What did you all kind of collectively create, your characters, I guess it would be, or your color schemes?
Yeah, the color schemes, that sort of happened. Suzette used to do our makeup, our makeup and our outfits. So she did all the costumes for us. So she, the color thing just happened. It's I got red and black, which I was very happy about. JJ was yellow and black, and AJ was blue and black. He was pink and black, and Mark was animal print and green.
Yeah, the leopard, black,
green black thing. And it just kind of worked that way. And everything we had made. It was, you couldn't buy it in the store. It was custom made, so it was for us. One of a kind.
And the idea for behind the bullseye, just as a design for your guitar, is that?
That I got that idea. Like I had no idea that it would become this iconic thing. Like because I've seen ads for our shows where there's no picture of the band. It's my guitar. It's just Twisted Sister with a picture of my guitar.
Oh wow!
And I had no idea that it would turn into this whole thing because I was just trying to cop something because our logo has a bullseye in it. If you look at the original logo, it's a circle and then the logo's inside of it. And at the time, we were using these speakers with circles, so we had these pink and black circles. So I just wanted something to go with the stage, and I asked Chevelle Guitar, I said, make me a guitar with pink and black circles. And then the bullseye came out, and I started playing, and people just were flipping out over it, And it just became a thing. It became like my... People may not know my name, but they know that guitar. They say, oh, that's the guy who plays the Sister's guitar. So.
Do you get to poke at Zakk Wylde a little bit, or do you poke at Zakk Wylde a little bit?
No, I think he got poked enough by other people, because I think what happened was we had split up, and Zakk always liked the band. He used to come see us, so I think I was kind of surprised that he did it because anybody else that I know that did a bullseye had gotten so much shit about it that so much crap about it that they would either tape it up or refinish it differently or take the finish off because they just, oh, that's Eddie's guitar, that's the guy from Twisted. And I never expected it to happen or for people to defend it so much. But it just became a thing with the band, and that connection was there and it just kind of blew up and people still ask me about it. So that's why, that's kind of the guitar I play the most. It's like Brian May's Red Special. That's my, and I never expect. Like I said, it just happened.
Right on, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. And definitely got to ask this question because it's kind of comical that back when you guys came out, you kind of had to fight Tipper Gore who wanted it to stick with the album. Do you think that actually helped your record sales? The fact that she had to put.
I don't think it helped, but it was silly. I mean, there was nothing in the albums that was about sadomasochism. That was in their heads, whoever read it that way. Because Under the Blade was about me having surgery. Because I had to have throat surgery. And Dee said, oh, I'm going to got the song Under the Blade, it's about you going to... If you listen to the words, it's about a guy going into an operating room, could you steal a flash of light, you're not going home tonight. And so the whole thing is, it's not about, sadomasochism. And somebody on that board said, oh, that song's about sadomasochism. I said, where you been? I mean, maybe you go to places like that, but,
Your song, like your song, We're Not Gonna Take It, and I Wanna Rock. When I listen to those songs, you literally just want to rock. You want to enjoy rock music.
Yeah, they're just anthem songs,
They're just upbeat anthem songs.
Just fun anthem rock. That's all it was. It's positive. All of our songs are very positive messages,
I just want to turn it up. Like when I hear I want to rock, I just want to turn it up.
It's just a groove.
And just forget everything.
Yeah.
And just enjoy those 4 minutes of that song.
Exactly. So for them to, especially what ended up happening in the record business, advisories, albums with the parental advisories ended up selling more. Like the kids were looking for those.
Yup. Yeah. That's how I was. I was like, oh wait,
there's almost like that with the Turner's album.
Oh, I gotta get that.
These are the evil albums that they don't want us to get. I want them all.
Right. So it was like totally backfired. Like,
exactly.
What were you thinking?
100%.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, I want to buy this album. It has no cuss words. Okay.
And we're a very positive driven show. And we do want to acknowledge and also give our love to the late great AJ Pirro.
Yes.
So what we wanted to ask you real quick is, what are just some of your fondest memories of AJ, whether it be from the road or even your guys' personal relationship, whatever you choose to share?
AJ was always really a fun guy. I mean, he had an amazing sense of humor, and he was very quick, to come up with rebuttals, or like if you said something to him, he was really he'd snap right back at you, and he just had an amazing sense of humor, and he was a great musician. I mean, he was the kind of drummer he could have played with any prog band in the world because he was a very accomplished player, and he was a guy that could. When we record a song, he could play the whole song by himself when we were recording, with no scratch guitar, no vocal, nothing. He could do the whole song. And I said, how can you play the drums to the whole song? And because there's places where you got to ride the solo or play louder on the chorus. He knew how to. His memory was amazing. Right. And I'd never seen a drummer do that. Where he played with nobody. Yeah. He could just do a whole song. And he was dead on. With the click track. Yeah. Unbelievable.
That's awesome. We 100%. Oh no! Thank you so much, Eddie. We 100% want to respect your time,
yes.
Angel.
We appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you so much.
Huh?